I am not going to waste my time in this bullshit.
You know what? Okay, fine.
My
fine,
positive
fine.
little angel in the other room. Yeah, he will. He'd be like, well, I'm sure they'll fix this soon. Will they? Will
I will
they?
not be holding my breath.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
He does like-
Anyways, what's up, guys? It's your boy Davis over at the CFG. Over at the CFG, I am back with and welcome to our newest episode of the CFG Game Cast, episode number 219. We are in a trio. God, I can't even say it worked today. A trio. I got Lex in the second seat and Smitty finally making his triumphant return.
Yeah.
After being gone for a couple of weeks, so that's good. So finally welcoming him back. Before we go any further, just want to give a good shout out to Donk and what's it called, Iceman Prime, filling in for Smitty during that time.
Yes, appreciate it.
Yeah, so that was definitely
fantastic episodes, by the way, as well.
Yeah,
I was able to check out the VODs at least.
Yeah, so guys, as always, this is an interactive show. We love talking to everyone live on twitch.tv as well as on YouTube and on Kick. So there, and we love to have people chime in and with their own personal opinions of all of whatever we talk about. So by all means, if you find something that you're wanting to chime in or talk about, have an idea or a plan or whatever, by all means, type it inside the chat. We would love to talk with you, discuss it with you, and just have a good conversation as always. So we are going to get started here shortly. Let me start the recording and start the timer, and we'll be on our way.
Yeah.
Opie wants everyone to know she says hi. What is up with you?
Opie.
She's like jumping up, like, I can't see myself. I'm like, yeah, well, no, you can't. She's like, then give me treats. Like, I know.
Keeps throwing a bombastic side eye at you.
Basically.
As well.
Yeah, you can see it. The boys can. Y'all can't. I said Chrissy Pickles, and she was like, where? I can't see anything. Sorry.
Before we get started, while I get to set up, I'm gonna push an ad so we don't get blocked in.
Yeah.
Right
an ad ran while we were in whatchamacallit.
Oh yeah, I know, but like just do it again, just in case. So the timer is reset to our set. Here we go.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless if you're on YouTube and on Kick, you don't get the ad. Bro.
Oh yeah, that's right. Keep talking.
There you go. Yeah.
Right.
Oh man,
I love that. It's just funny to me that's. I prefer it on like YouTube streaming. I really do like. I just haven't really figured it out yet. Well, although it's weird, the VODs do better than the live stream for me.
In the live stream, yeah.
It's like
I haven't streamed on YouTube in a grip, just because I have things like I even have sound effects that people have that will trigger DMCA's on YouTube.
Oh really? Oh wow.
Yes. Yeah. I was like, I didn't even think about that. I'm just not gonna stream on YouTube.
I don't know if I've been with that yet. And I've got a lot of sound effects.
Yeah, no, YouTube, I definitely have gotten dinged on. And it's I think it's a matter of length.
Yeah.
Of the clips. I know some people have longer ones, and I think that's what triggers it. Like Top Gun's Highway to the Danger Zone gets blocked in Russia.
Yeah.
Every time.
It gets blocked in Russia? Are you serious?
That's so random.
That is hilarious. Specifically,
yeah, well, it wasn't in Top Gun Soviet Union, or am I thinking Iron Eagle?
Well, they never. Top Gun never says the official country that they're fighting against. They never tell you. Iron Eagle, maybe.
Iron Eagle, definitely. I'm pretty sure was Soviet Union.
Iron Eagle.
You never saw Iron Eagle? Oh, that's great. Doesn't it have
Lou Gossett Jr.?
Lou Gossett Jr.
Yeah. I don't know who that is. I'm sure if I saw their face, I would know.
Yeah. That dude was like, you remember that movie? Okay, I don't remember. I think you might remember it, Smitty, but like it was that movie where he was like an alien, and then him and they were marooned on a planet for a while, like a human and him. Oh, you really? Oh man,
I
this
don't think so.
movie was tight. It was with I can't remember the name of the white dude, but like Lou Gossett Jr. was the alien, and they were fighting. Yeah, they were fighting in a war, and then they shot each other down, and then they were in this like this empty planet, and then they like were marooned for years. So they became
I think I know what you're talking
they
about.
became friends, and then like but then he was like somehow like was able to get pregnant or something, like had like an egg, he had like a kid or something. Yeah, not by him or anything, but like and this dude was raising that dude's kid. It was really weird, but it was a good movie. It was a good movie. I can't remember her name. It was an 80s film. Okay, I'm gonna have to find that. I'm gonna have to find
Mac
it.
and Me.
Mac and Me? No, it's not Mac and Me.
There's no thing.
Good guess, I guess. My
I
God,
don't know what that is either.
Mac and Me.
I'm curious because that sounds like something I have seen.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna find it.
Can you spell his name?
You'll
Because
find it.
you look it up. Please tell me.
Lou Gossett.
Yeah,
Is that who you're talking about?
yeah. Lou Gossett Jr. is a Louis. It's Louis and Gossett Gossett. But what is the name of that stupid? Oh, is it Enemy Mine? Oh, that's what it. Yeah, Enemy Mine. That's what it was. Is that what Swayze?
Enemy Mine. Oh, I see it. I never watched that, dude.
Dennis Quaid.
I know what you're talking about, though. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I have seen this.
You need to watch that movie, dude. That movie was tight. It was a good movie. I was like, yeah, it sounds insane, but it's good. I'm telling you.
If you had said Roots, I totally would have been like, yes, I know who that is.
Every black person was in Roots at that time.
Every black person was in Roots.
How racist of you.
Every black person was in
I can't wait
Roots.
to see that.
Oh, what's the name of every black person was in Glory? I'm sorry.
He was in The Color Purple too.
The Color Purple.
Yeah, but do you see Iron Eagle? Iron Eagle. There's 3 of them.
I didn't know there was 3. I always saw 1.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
He was in The Punisher.
Classic. Iron Eagle's classic. You should watch them.
No. Oh, The Principal. I remember him in The Principal. That was actually pretty good. The Deep. He was in The Deep. Oh, and he was in Watchmen, the TV show, the TV series. He was the old dude.
I never watched the TV series
Of Watchmen. Oh, that
Yeah.
show's tight.
I heard it
needs
series
good.
is great.
Are they gonna come out with more?
No, they said it was one.
No.
Yeah.
I don't
I know
Man.
that feeling.
Well, Watchmen's history has been kind of murky because Alan Moore is kind of like is very salty about all of that, and I bet you the TV series didn't make it any better for him to be like, you know. so anyways, okay, let's get this started. Sorry. Yes. So Enemy Mine. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It was a good one, man.
Toy Soldiers.
Yeah.
I love that movie. That's what Robin Williams, right?
No. You're talking about toys.
Toy Soldiers, the one with the Gorgonauts.
Rudy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the Gorgonauts. Yeah. The one with the toys and stuff. No, that's small.
Yeah.
That's Small Commando.
That's Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers. Yeah.
Toy Soldiers is the one with
Rudy.
What's his name? Yeah, Tom Cruise and Rudy and no, Tom Cruise wasn't in
I
that
don't think
one.
I watched that
I don't
either.
think he was in it.
No, Lou Diamond Phillips was in it, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sean Astin, who played Rudy. Will
Yeah.
Wheaton was in it.
Will Wheaton.
Wheaton.
That was the one
I have to say his name like that forever now.
That was the one where they were like some terrorists decided to take over a military school, which really didn't make any sense.
Colombian terrorist, takes an American prep school hostage,
Yeah,
just gaining his drug lord father's freedom. Like, okay.
It didn't even make any
that's
sense.
crazy.
It's like, why would you go to a prep school?
A
let alone a
terrible
military
idea.
school?
No.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Smart.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get this started here. Let me record. Like one of my worst fears. It's like, didn't record the whole thing.
Yo, dude. For real.
Here we go.
I beat
Welcome to the CFG Game Cast, episode number 219, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers that like to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode weekly and release it on all podcast services, so do us a favor and show us some love by liking, following, subscribing, sharing on our YouTube channel, the CFG channel, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today I got my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, my cyborg
things. I haven't streamed in quite a while since like the end of April. No, beginning of April. Oh gosh, I don't know now.
Been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been taking some time off. Fun fact, apparently losing weight is painful. I've been learning that the hard way. So woohoo. Yeah, my muscles are like freaking out. And have you ever gotten a Charlie horse in the middle of the night?
Yes.
And then you wake up and you have to like stretch your leg and you're like, oh my God, this hurts so bad I can't even make a noise. And then you wake up the next day and your leg is sore all day long. Imagine that for 3 weeks straight, and you're not having Charlie horses, at least that you can remember. So I was going through that for a hot minute. Apparently my muscles are like, yeah, we're ready. And they're not. They're just getting mad and flexing all the time for no good reason, and I can't stop it. But thankfully that is chilled out. The kitten is getting longer by the day. He looks like a ferret now because he's just long. He grew long. His head is still gigantic. He's either the sweetest cat you've ever met or Dennis the Menace. There's no in between. So that's been fun. And yeah, I've just been working on me and myself, and I've got my special glasses now, and putting in the work of nothing. Doing nothing.
Put in the work of doing absolutely nothing. That's fair. That's a good deal. Well, that's good. Well, I'm glad you're living your best life. But you know what, Lex?
Who? Yes. What?
You know who's finally back after be doing a 2-week binge of Marvel Rivals?
I do. His name is
the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What is going on, my dude?
Well,
back, by the way,
it has been a crazy, the last 2 months have been crazy. I've been going back and forth with my own health. The itis finally got the better of me and put me in a hospital here a couple weeks ago. You can still see I'm still I've got an IV, a midline in, still getting antibiotics, but I'm feeling way better. This is the best I felt in like the last 2 months. So it's been crazy, but we did a lot. Also too, I was cast in an audio drama called Close Your Eyes. Second season is coming out this year. I'm really excited to work with them and all that stuff. I think we start recording next month here. So I'm really excited about that. So other than that, dude, I've been resting up. We haven't done any gaming news. I haven't been streaming. I've just been resting and getting things situated here and stuff like that, and just focusing on getting myself feeling better. So I'm excited to come back and do stuff and whatnot. But in the meantime, we've been getting down on Marvel Rivals. I'm loving it. I might try to sneak in a stream maybe, but probably not, because it ends here in a couple of days. But yeah, we'll talk more about it. But I'm here. I'm back. I'm still alive.
Yeah, no, right. Good thing, man.
Yay.
Yeah, no, right. I was like worried. I was like, my God, finally. Like, it's like I was like when they got the first call, I'm like, oh no. So but no, I'm glad that everything is finally turning around after the ups and downs you were experiencing the past like
2 months, dude. Straight up, man. Feeling better and then kind of feeling crappy and then feeling better. Like, yeah, it's been a roller coaster. So hopefully, I got, and not only that, but this forced me, I got a primary health care doctor again, going and just getting the checkups and stuff like that. So a lot of it was overdue. So I'm excited just to get back to 100%. And then, getting to getting physical and stuff like that. So it was definitely an eye opener. Not only that, but I banged out most of Jujutsu Kaisen. That show is freaking amazing. I love it. I finished, what was it, Baby Reindeer or Little Reindeer?
I watched that too.
That was so
Adam came in on the last episode like, what is happening? What are you watching? I was like,
what is Baby
leave.
Reindeer something different, or is that part of Jujutsu Kaisen?
No, it's
No, that's something different. It's a Netflix like limited series things.
Trigger warning left, right, and center if you guys are gonna watch that.
Yes, that
Oh.
I did not know what I was getting myself into. I was like, what?
Is it animated or is it like a live action kind of thing?
Live action.
I wish I knew you were watching it. I would have been live texting you at this stage. Like, all right, you're starting
I was in the hospital. Yeah, no, I was in the hospital, so I was like cranking through shows because I didn't have shit else to do.
Yeah, it's boring.
Pop, get some morphine. Like, all right, now let's get weird.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, man. So I'm actually kind of wondering if this Baby Reindeer. I'm about to take a look at this after the podcast.
It's on Netflix.
A man is being stalked by a female who's older than him. He's in his early 20s. She's in her 40s. She starts stalking him all because he offered her a free cup of tea. And then
pretty wild
hijinks and not fun ones. Trigger warning.
Or is this a TV show?
It's
like
a TV show on Netflix.
It's a series? So the initial plot of it was a guy offered a cup of tea and then they made it like a 12-episode series?
It's based on a true story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Dang.
Well, I think I saw something about like the real
forward. Why would you out yourself, ma'am? Why would you out yourself? Why would you do that?
I don't know.
That is
That's what I said. Like, that is wild because it's still ongoing.
Yes.
That is unbelievable.
Insane.
Okay. Wow.
It's insane.
That's crazy. Okay. Wow.
So yeah, I got some good media in while I was resting up and stuff like that. So we're watching Hunter x Hunter as well, which we're really enjoying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you watching the new season of My Hero? Because that just started last.
Of course we did. We did that, and they have the first episode for Demon Slayer Hashira training arc.
Yep,
it's out. I can't wait to see it. Knowing how it all plays out and stuff like that, like I want to see it visually.
I like the fact that they make those episodes almost an hour long. That's why I'm definitely like 12 episodes an hour long instead of making it like 24 episodes or whatever, or 24 episodes. So that's pretty cool.
Right.
Like it.
Oh, we got hit with an ad.
Oh, we did. Okay. Well, that's
odd. Which is crazy.
Okay, that is very odd. Okay, but anyways, but as for me though, I have been actually really busy. Today I went to a convention. I went to my very first 18 plus convention today.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
It was called KimochiCon. It's to be expected. There was a lot of sex there. I mean, sex selling there. I mean, that's what, I mean, not me having like a crazy sex, but I'm just like, there's just a lot of different, just paraphernalia, all this craziness. These people's incredibly scantily clad. My friend is was the creator of it, and he wanted me, and he wanted me to go check it out because he works for Viz, like the publishing company. And, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. So let me go try it out. So I went like he's from Dallas. He's originally from Dallas. So when they did the event, it was like in my backyard. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll give it a shot. Stop by, had a good time. It was actually really, really good. There was a lot of fun, like little panels and stuff. Had talked to some cool voice actors there,
nice.
And stuff. It was I definitely had a good time. I'll probably go again tomorrow, for science. But
give me a souvenir, Davis.
Yeah, right? So, but yeah, so
science.
You always got to find
science,
out.
Guys.
You always got to explore all the time.
This is how I get myself in trouble for science purposes.
Science.
For science.
How did Lex get kidnapped? It was for science.
Yeah, for science. Simple. Then also like on next week, I'm going to be doing a junket, interview junket with the for season 4 of The Boys. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, so we'll be talking to a series of different kind of the actors, then the director and stuff like that. So
do you need someone to hold your bag? I will hold your bag.
It's a virtual one. So
I will virtually hold your bag.
Yeah, so going to be doing that on Wednesday and Thursday. So looking forward to that. And tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a sponsored stream actually tomorrow with V Uprising or V Rising.
Nice.
So
nice.
Nice.
Been playing that like
plays it. He told me to get on that.
The whole East Coast crew.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah,
yeah. This game has been in like Steam early
playing
access
for a while.
for a couple of years. Then 1.0 finally happened like 2 weeks ago, and but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I played a little bit of it in the past, but you already know me. I don't like doing early access on anything, so I decided to wait. Like I played a couple. I was like, this is good. I'll just wait till the full game comes out, and then now I totally forgot. I was set out of mind until recently. Then just like okay, but the one thing that really kind of pisses me off is I didn't get into Marvel Rivals but y'all two did. So yeah,
It was Jadzia. I don't know what you're yelling at me for. She's back.
It's really irritating. It really like I tried.
It irritated Adam too. I was like, "Go play on my computer." He's like, "That's not the point." I'm like,
Adam.
Adam
didn't apply. Adam didn't apply for it. But I did.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You know what's even
I
worse?
didn't even play.
What's even worse is that I gave Smitty the link so for him to apply for it too, and he got it. Yes,
that's not true.
Dude, look at the logs, at your personal logs on Discord. I guarantee you it. I gave you the direct link, and then you said specifically, "I'm one step ahead of you." That's what you said.
That meant he already.
That's exactly what I said. That is exactly what I said. But that's not the reason why I said it.
Okay. I don't care. It's already over. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to play. I won't be able to play it until whatever the next alpha. Hopefully the next alpha is going to screw me on the next alpha. The next alpha that's going to
I think it's going to be a beta. I think it'll be closed beta next. Yeah.
I don't even know. They have. Do they have a lot to do? Well, I don't know. We'll talk more about it.
It'll probably come out. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. But still. But anyways, I want to talk. I know you don't want to talk about my profound anger about me not getting into the stupid closed access beta.
I heard him talking all that trash about Overwatch. You're like, you know what? Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know they don't want me to play it, but then these two other losers be able to play it instead of me.
Who,
so
me?
let's go to the. Yeah, you.
Shut up. You're a loser.
She didn't even play it.
I know.
Yeah. I should be happy about that. Should I be happy on the fact that that 2 weeks to play it? Not even.
There's still 2 days left. There's still 2 days left.
That means nothing to me because I don't have the key. There's no reason.
Getting hyped. She's like, "What is happening?" I don't know.
Anyways, let's go through over the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion in the world of video games each and every week. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened within the gaming industry that happened the previous week. We don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners or viewers on Twitch, YouTube, and on Kick to be a part of the conversation as always. So if there is something you want to chime in or you want to add in or whatever we talk about, by all means, type it inside the chat. We would love to discuss it with you, and we will go from there. So, Smitty, what are you bringing to the table, my friend?
Y'all already know. We're talking Marvel Rivals. So my story, and I'm not 100% sure. I think I'm cleared from this, but I actually tested prior to this alpha. Yeah. So that's what I meant by that. So there was a test before this alpha actually. And I can't remember what it was through, but like I had to like show like screenshots of like my highest level that I had been in the competitive thing. They didn't say what the game was. They just said it was a hero shooter, competitive hero shooter. Okay. So I didn't even know what it was until literally we got the key and we went in and I was like, Marvel, what's this? And I was just like, what? Like it didn't even have like, it was like X something or another was what it was code name. So
this is why people don't like your ass.
To sign up for the alpha. I was already in.
This is why people don't like you.
He tested for it.
Holding things back. How dare you?
So,
He's under NDA. What is he supposed to do? He can't
There was
tell
an
us.
NDA. There was an NDA.
No,
Yeah.
you
But like
And he was trying something, but there was an NDA and he couldn't tell us about it. I remember this.
I wanted to tell you guys so bad. I was like, oh, dude, Lex is going to flip her shit.
And that's what you said. You're like, I'm under NDA, but you were going to flip your lid when you find out about this thing that I cannot tell you. And I was like, well, you're an asshole. Why'd you even tell me?
No friends.
Anyway.
No friends in this podcast. None of us. I'm just
so I would say from that experience to this experience, obviously it's a 6v6, which again, it's good to have a 6v6 back in the mix. Instead of it being first person, however, it's third person, which does kind of bring some challenges because you like hit some of the environment you can't see, like get stuck on stuff and whatnot. But for the most part, I enjoy the fact that it's third person and not first person. Obviously, it being Marvel, they have 19, I believe it's 19 characters right now. They can expand that to a unlimited number of people. And what really cool about this kind of sets it apart a little bit for me is the fact that they have these like hero team up battle or hero team ups. So like certain characters synergize and they can like buff each other and like stuff like that. If you've played any kind of game that's like that though, like an Overwatch, like whatever the other game is, whatever, you're going to enjoy this. It's fun. The pacing on it is great. You learn, obviously like anything else, you learn some of the other characters. They have the same basic roles, tank, DPS, and support.
What do they call it?
Yeah, I'm excited to see what the roster and like them to grow their roster and stuff like that. But like, again, there's so many positives to this game. Remember, too, this is going to be a free-to-play game out the gate. They already have a competitive mode in this alpha, in this close alpha. There's competitive. They've been doing events. I got to play a game against the devs. We got our ass whooped. So like there's already different kind of modes that they've have built in. The artwork, the music, sound design, all that stuff is solid. Like the voices, the voice acting on it and stuff like that is fantastic as well. Like this is by NetEase as too, so we know that number one, NetEase they brought back Blizzard Activision back into China and stuff like that. But they've been not only doing this, but NetEase is also doing Once Human as well. So they've definitely been throwing out some bangers, but it's just fun. The game is fun. I know there's that weird thing where they were talking about creators having to sign something that said that like they basically couldn't say anything negative about it, which I mean, why would you do that? Like that's just dumb.
Right.
People should understand, and you're always gonna have your dumbasses that are gonna say stuff, but it's a closed alpha for a reason, and it's a playable game. Like obviously there's a lot of optimization that has to go on. I had to run it at 30 frames. I shouldn't have been having issues. But I was having issues at 60, and I don't know if it was that or the quality. I was running at 30. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So yeah, that was the only way. Otherwise, and I haven't gone back in and ticked it back up. But it was either that or something else that was causing it to lag. But I was having some like huge lag spikes that made it basically unplayable. I still have them even running at 30. It just happens a lot less. So the optimization definitely, at least on my end and what I'm doing, it definitely left something to be desired. But obviously, again, it's a closed alpha. The game's fun. I think it's going to do well. I saw something about seasons in there, so I'm guessing they're going to do seasonal battle passes. That's how they'll look to make money off of that and cosmetics. Hopefully there's a way to still earn stuff, even if you decide not to pay for things, that'd be cool just to get some of those different cosmetics and stuff like that. But I mean, again, from what I've seen, I've probably put in like 10 to 12 hours, something like that. Like I want more levels. I could use a little more variety. They have the same thing. They have like the push to cart. They have a domination where basically it's like a point capture. And I think there might be one other one. But there's a little bit of a variety there. I love the levels. The level design is a little tighter, it's not as open, but there's a lot of verticality because you got a lot of people that can fly. You got people that can swing up, stuff like that. So you really play the vertical. Like it's not only a horizontal game, but it's also a vertical game as well. So everything that I've experienced from it, dude, like I could sync easily. I've been playing that, and maybe that's because there's a time limit, but I've been playing that. I haven't touched Overwatch here in grip. So
you haven't touched
and you were playing
Yeah.
Luna.
Even prior to that, you weren't really playing Overwatch. Have you?
well, I was starting to get back in. I had done competitive last season, and I plan on doing this season as well. So I had been getting back into Overwatch actually and playing a little more of it. But obviously, I've switched gears too, and I'm trying to bounce around time between freaking Destiny 2 with the final shape here coming out here in a couple of weeks, which is going to be absolutely huge. The culmination, dude, and there's so many like changes and stuff that is coming out about that game itself. So, there's a lot, but yeah, no, dude, like Marvel Rivals, like it is fun. It was ticking the boxes. And definitely for folks that enjoy like the hero shooter with the 6v6 model, I'm excited. I'm glad there's no roll queue. People were complaining about that, like, oh, it needs number one, it's an alpha. Number two, no, it doesn't. I was like, I felt like that hurt Overwatch so bad because who cares if you can have crazy metas and stuff like that? Like, let people choose what they want to do. Don't box people in to having to have a certain amount of roles. I'm not a big fan of that.
Well, I don't know what that is. What do you mean by a certain amount of role? Like, what's a role queue? I guess.
Like, you have to have 2 tanks, 2 DPS, and 2 healers. Like they force it. Yeah, they force that in competitive.
Well, is that just? Are they forcing it, or is it just a matter of optimization? You know what I mean? Like is it best? Like it's best to go that way?
No, because it started out without roll queue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They implemented it later. Yeah. And I wasn't a big fan. Like, it's fine now, but like, I kind of because like you can come up with these crazy combos and different teams, especially with this having something like a team-based system where you have characters that synergize with each other. Yeah. Like,
Bruce and Iron Man.
I don't want to be relegated to, you have to have 2 of these, this, that, and that, because certain people will synergize with other people, with multiple people. So that's a thing as well.
I mean, the game has my interest because I already had Marvel. I already knew, I knew I was trying to get into it. But like
sorry, buddy.
The whole thing though, I was kind of wondering about was how's the balance? Like because they're called different things. Like they're not called like tanks and healers and stuff in this, right? Like do you remember, like they're called something different, right? Like,
yeah, it's like Vanguard something and something. I can't remember.
Because it's like one of the classes that I was actually interested in wanting to look into are the classes that were melee. That didn't do projectiles. They were kind of like Reinhardt.
That was part of your DPS.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of DPS. It's a close up DPS as opposed to regular range DPS.
I've got the names: Vanguard, Duelist, and Strategist. Those are what they're called.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I mean, the people like, for instance, Spider-Man, like people that don't have like projectiles, like I heard.
He does have a projectile.
I meant like their main left click is not
Magic does not have a projectile.
Yeah. Like their left click attack or stuff. Like isn't Groot the same way too? But Groot's a tank though, right? Like so.
Groot's a tank, but like his thing can go pretty, and he does have a projectile. He has a thing that he can throw out,
like roots.
Okay.
It's it's like a ball of like gaseous stuff or whatever, like a knot of it.
is the third person view a non-starter? Like, a lot of people like were complaining about that originally, and I was just thinking like people just need to calm down and just try it out.
I love
like,
it. I'm over.
Like
you know,
that.
if you're gonna give, that's what I say to you. If you're gonna give me an IP with characters that everybody knows and loves, I want to be able to see them, including myself. So I'm completely fine. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but I feel like they do a good job with their target. That, you know, whether you're in first person or not, it hits where it shows it's gonna hit.
It's not bothering me at all watching it.
Yeah. The only thing I would say is like getting like hits and stuff like that don't feel satisfying like it does on Overwatch.
Need more screaming.
Well, you know how like you get a headshot and there's like that ding, or like it'll buzz your controller or something. Like something seems a little lagging. It feels a little flat.
I can come stand under your desk and shake it.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
You're welcome.
That's what
I haven't had a chance to play it with a friend though, so I've been playing solo. But I mean, again, I feel like people understand it, and again, the people that are, or a lot of people that are in this, are at least familiar with that genre of games. So I think if you like that genre, if you're into that kind of stuff, it's at least worth checking out. And again, it's going to be a free to play game, so everybody's going to have access to it.
I'm more wondering about like what I mean. Well, like NetEase has, it's kind of like a mixed bag of like, you know, with like when they make their own games. Like, I mean, they also took care of what's called Naraka, I believe, and stuff. So I'm kind of wondering how strong the microtransactions are going to be. And in this case, it needs microtransactions to survive. Don't get me wrong. So I think it's very important. Yeah. I just want to see how aggressive it is with the suits, because like in Overwatch now, there's outfits that cost $40.
Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And I'm just hopefully not seeing we get in a situation where we're seeing characters and stuff like that you're actually spending that kind of crazy cash just to outfit just for cosmetics at $40 like that is insane. So hopefully I guess that's the next thing that I'm just kind of wondering, like how all that's going to work. But no.
Well, not only that, but they better not paywall characters.
Please.
Overwatch learned I was dumb. If they do that, dude, I will absolutely kill this game. And then not only that, but then you have an unfair advantage.
But you would have to paywall characters though, like new DLC characters.
No,
I mean,
no.
You
if
don't.
It's free to play, you're gonna have to pay.
That's right.
They're not
No,
gonna just
dude,
give you
gotta, if you build a roster, the roster's got to be free to play as well. All of a sudden, you create a disadvantage to where it's forcing people to pay money to be able to play with these characters, and if those characters are meta or whatever, it becomes an unfair advantage.
I mean, I don't know, dude. I would not be mad or not be surprised if they charge per character at this point. Because like
if they put it part of the I would still hate, but I could understand a little more if they put it towards the battle pass, but it was part of that you reach a certain level and everybody has access to it. Yeah. I can understand that. I don't like it, but I can at least it gives people an opportunity to acquire the character without actually using physical money.
Or when the character is released, and then they actually, they have to give you that grace period of like, okay, this is a new character, maybe give you 3 days for free. And see if you're interested into it, that kind of deal, because because I don't see like I said, like I don't see how they would like just cosmetics is going to push them to be successful in this unless they charge for a character per DLC character. Like you're going to have a base.
Battle Pass.
Well, yeah, but Battle Pass is always Battle Pass is definitely going to be the core one. But isn't there one that you can just flat out buy a character and also do Battle Pass as well?
What?
Like you can buy? No, you can. Well, I don't know about Overwatch, but I know you can buy the character. But then you also have. But then there's also like actually Multiverses is like that. You when it first came out, you could buy the character up front, then also pay for then have a secondary fee to pay for the battle pass, and then have the battle pass for the throughout the whole season as well. But like I don't know if like something like that could work. I mean, could work because like I wouldn't want to just because like if you're going to be paying for a battle pass and that means you have to earn your character even though you paid for the battle pass. I would like something.
No. If you get the battle pass, and you automatically get the character. I was talking about on the free tier of the battle pass.
Oh,
For them to be able to earn, you know what I mean? You get to a certain level and then it unlocks the character. Just to at least be able to give the ability for people to get the character without having to pay IRL money.
or at least give you a chance to get the character with paying with in-game currency.
Right.
Like, yeah, that would be the other option. Yeah. Yeah, because like I mean, but yeah, because because that's where I'm kind of wondering like how free to play like like game like this would work. But it seems, I think it's very doable, and people from the most part people enjoyed it. I've been watching this several people for hours checking this game out, and I was like, wow, this game looks really fun. So
it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. It's good.
I would say this is the longest I've watched gameplay of it because I didn't want to get my hopes up in fear I would get let down. I have a question though. As somebody who likes
the game, though.
I know. Well, I didn't know it until like a couple days ago. Listen, I've been in bed a lot, okay? I was a depressy spaghetti. Let me be depressy. Question. So let's say you're a healer, okay? And we know that like in other games, like, oh, if you're the healer, you have to heal. You can't shoot at the enemy. Did you feel like as a healer it was balanced that you were able to heal your teammates while also shooting at enemies? Or was it like, nope, we just heal and that's it?
No. There's a good because, and especially because of the verticality, you've got to, because there's people in the air that you got to worry about too, and they're sitting there trying to pick off at the back end. What's nice about the heals, like Luna, so like Luna Snow, she has to throw her things at people in order to heal them. So and that becomes a little.
You can see everybody, which is nice.
Yeah, exactly. So you're able to see people better and where they're at and stuff like that. Like a rocket, he shoots out these orbs that heal over time. So he can shoot those out and shoot at people. And when he's on top of Groot, they both buff each other. Yeah. So so that's like one of those team ups and stuff like that. Loki is crazy ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because he makes copies of himself that will also shoot. So like he can either heal if he's shooting at one of his teammates, or if you're shooting at a person. If the person's healed, it'll go through them and hit the person behind them or whatever. So they already have that stuff, which is nice. I use Mantis a bit too. She's got some nasty things as well. But like, I mean, there was times I was doing 20k heals, but still, I had decent amount of kills and stuff like that as well. I
am now excited. Question: could you change the color of your target on your screen?
I have not gone in to look at those settings.
Okay.
But it looks like there's a good amount of settings that are in there. I can see
it with my special glasses on better than I normally can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm always like a pale yellow makes my life so much easier.
Well, yeah, and not only that, but when there's a lot of action happening, I've definitely found myself losing where my reticle was at times.
That's what it's called. Reticle. I always say it wrong. I was going to say receptacle. That's the
trash. You should put something inside like a feedback or something. Maybe say that or something.
Yeah. No, I definitely I go in and fill out those surveys and stuff like that. I need to do my surveys.
Yeah. So
that's why I didn't play, because I was like, I'm gonna have to fill out a thing after, and I'm depressy. I don't want to talk to people, even if it's on the other side of a computer. Don't make me write an essay. I should have had Adam play it.
You know what?
I told him. He was so mad that you were playing. I'm like, go play it. It's on my computer. He's like, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, hello? I did. I sent you the thing.
I didn't hear any excuses. It sounds like first world problems at this point to me with y'all two. So, but anyways,
listen, I had dead dad girl problems. All right, let me sit in my feelings, as my therapist says.
But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it.
Smitty, you ready to team back up permanently, buddy?
Exactly.
Using
our favorite Marvel heroes. Absolutely.
And then actually me playing a game like this.
You're not allowed to play it.
Yes.
That's
It's just me,
incredibly
Smitty, and Dust.
rare.
You can't join. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
Ooh.
I'm kidding. You can join.
Oh, you mean
says
the
hit the
you mean the
Battleborn.
Alpha Squad? Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, we'll call, that's
You
what
can
we'll
be
call
part of
y'all.
the Alpha Squad.
No, y'all are the Alpha Squad because y'all clearly got Alpha keys.
I'm Hey, I didn't get tested like he did. I just filled out the thing. It did ask for a screenshot of one of it was like, what competitive games have you played and what's your highest ranking? I did happen to have a screenshot of that still on my old PC,
Nice.
and I did submit that. So maybe that's why I got
Boom.
in, because
Boom.
I played Overwatch way
Terrible.
too much, and it asked me how many hours. And I was like, all together or one character, because I can break this down for you. And I did.
Don't worry. We all filled in the same applications. Apparently,
Well, I'm sorry that I have 800 hours on Lucio. That's not my fault.
I'm saying, dude, I got thousands of hours.
Dude, I had just alone 800 hours on Lucio, and I quit playing how long ago?
Okay, well, we know that this game is going to be good. So this is going to, well, hopefully they'll give us a release date, and hopefully when the beta, or if they do another closed alpha or closed beta or whatever, we get lucky and all three of us get in this time and use it. But we'll see. But guys, yeah. So that was a good one. So no, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't really been hyped. I mean, I was already kind of hyped for this. I was hoping this game was going to be good, and now since I got several different kinds of levels of confirmation that this game is good, that I'm definitely looking forward to it. So this is going to be a. But I feel this game's not going to come out to the end of probably till next year, if anything.
Probably next year would be my guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, and that's fine. You know, do what you need to do, and then see what
let it cook.
Options are.
Let it cook. Yeah, I want to see more from them. I love the destructible environment as well.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so much fun, and it creates a whole different dynamic to the game on top of the verticality of everything. Now I can just bust through a wall and be like, surprise, motherfucker.
I will be saying that a lot. Didn't know that was an option. Oh boy.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, cool. Well, good deal, dude. Like so we'll wait to make sure that the other one, what's called, comes out soon. Ooh, wait. What just happened? Oh, okay, I pressed the wrong button. That's why.
I thought you were talking about me, and I hit my funny bone.
Oh, yeah, that hurts.
Not so funny.
No.
Yeah. All right, guys. So my topic is something about some. Actually, you know what? I kind of consider this to be more good news, if anything. But it's with Square Enix himself. So literally since the PlayStation 1, Square has had a partnership with Sony forever, like with Final Fantasy VII initially being on the original PS1 series, and then since then they've always had like exclusives for Sony games for decades at this point. And it was good back in the day. It was a much simpler time to do something like that, but now, according to the most recent earnings call, there was several levels of they didn't hit their goals that they were wanting to reach, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth didn't do as good as what they were planning it to be. It didn't say it didn't do as good. It didn't say it wasn't successful, but it didn't hit the goal that they originally initially wanted it to go. So, as well as earlier, like the previous quarter when Final Fantasy 16 came out, 16 didn't reach the goals met as well for that. And the biggest thing that the biggest thing that had in common for all of that was that everything was exclusively it was the exclusive deal for Sony to be on the Sony PS5 for a period of time, and then it was going to be re-released. Final Fantasy 16 and Rebirth still isn't on the PC yet, so we don't know. We know it's coming, we just don't know when it's going to be coming. But now, as well as I don't believe it's on the Xbox Series S or X yet as well. So they are saying basically, and it makes a lot of sense, that the exclusive deals for Sony is hurting them in the long run, and I could easily see it. It makes a lot of sense. And for a game like Rebirth and like 16, because I mean 16 has sold not at this point about almost 8 million copies now. Rebirth has sold 6.5 million already, and still saying that it didn't hit the expectations for that is incredible. Like, shows how much shows how much money they put in on these games, and they're not getting what they're getting on their returns. So officially Square has officially said that Square Enix is going to aggressively multi-platform after a string of PS5 exclusives. So this is probably going to be the last console that we're going to see Square solely having exclusivity rights for one console, and they're going to be bringing it on multiple platforms from now on. And I think this is incredible news for Square. They finally are pivoting into a thing that makes more sense for them as a company, but at the same time, it's like I kind of don't like the idea of the issues with Square, in my opinion, is that they just release things to release it, and sometimes, and because Square releases a lot of different games. Like they release a ton of different games throughout the year. Just in 2023, they released almost a total of 15 different kinds of games. And but then at the same time, you see stuff like Foam Stars that came out in February. No one talks about Foam Stars. No one talks about freaking Babylon. Babylon's Fall immediately died when it came out. You remember the gacha game, First Soldier? On the First Soldier it was a battle royale game that you could play. That one was barely it was all monetized, and you had to pay for it, but at the same time they didn't push out anything for it. They just released it. Freaking Forspoken, when it came out. There's just so many games that just come out and then they just don't do anything. They just say, we're just going to release it out there in the ether and just say, okay, here, have at it. We're going to probably get abysmal numbers for these games because we're not putting any kind of budget on advertising and stuff. But here you go. Their main focus are the big three: Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, and then Final Fantasy 14. Because that's their big money makers. But now they're at a point where the exclusivity isn't enough for just one system. For one system alone. Even theoretically, let's say it came out on consoles. Let's say Xbox Series S and X got it on day one. I don't think Series S and X was going to be the big game changer for those kind of games. I would think that it's going to help, not by much, but the big one is PC. PC would definitely change the view. Can you imagine if Final Fantasy 7 came out the Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth came out the same day as the console and on Steam?
Mm-hmm.
They would have met their money, please.
It would have been destroyed. Exactly. We're still waiting for 16. 16's going to be 16's PC release is going to be just as big in my opinion too. But
they're 6 months out, right? After, is that how long you have to wait to get it on PC?
No, because Final Fantasy 16 came out in, I want to say June of last year, June or July. I know it's the summer of last year, so it's been over 6 months.
Okay.
And the final DLC just came out 2 weeks ago. And then the drop, my friend told me the drop of how many people were playing the DLC, and it is abysmal because of it, from it. So anyways, I'm kind of digressing, but I think overall this is a good change for Square to kind of see how this is going to work for them better in the long run. I just wish that they should have done this a long time ago. Personally, I don't care if it's on multiple platforms. We're well beyond. We need to play it on PlayStation because that's the reason why you're going to get a PlayStation. We're well beyond that now. You're needing to now just say we're wanting to release it to everyone, have a chance to play our game. If you like it, and then you can enjoy it. Give us more money in the long run to do other stuff. So anyways, I kind of want to get y'all's opinion on it. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Smitty.
Oh, I was gonna say it makes sense. I feel like the days of those exclusivity deals are it's just not worth it any longer, and they're not
No.
making enough money based off of those deals. So it makes sense that they would go and say, we're not going to renew this deal. And who knows how long that deal was for originally. But clearly the right move for them, I would say, is, going away from that model and just opening it up. And they're going to make the numbers that they're, hoping to look to make. Again, I don't know what their stuff looks like, but you're right. I never really thought about it. They do throw out a ton of games, and it seems so sporadic, like all over the place in terms of what they're throwing out there.
Yeah.
No, I mean
It's weird.
It's terrible. Like, and they've always done that, which is really what's really more like annoying.
I wonder who in their company is like, all right, so February 29th, this is coming out. February 30th. Oh, there's no 30th in February. Got it. Okay. So April 2nd. Like, it is very sporadic. A lot of times companies, they plan out based on the completion of a game when they're going to release, right? Because if you're releasing all 5 of the games you're working on at the same time, you're not going to make as much money as you would as releasing this one in the first quarter of the year. This one comes out at the end of summer. This one's going to be in November, right? So like there's a rhyme and a reason to it. And I feel as though you are very correct. They don't really have a rhyme and reason. It's kind of like, oh, the alpha testing went good. All right, release it.
Well,
Sure,
release
it's 5 p.m. Go for it.
Yeah, but here's the issue
You
I
know?
have. Yeah, but like here's the issue I have. Like, they put their TLC into the core 3 with the with like, the Dragon Quest core story numbers
Right.
and stuff like that. But like all the other games that they have, like for instance, Star Ocean Second Story, it was a big game. But it was a
Never heard of
re-release and stuff. Yeah, you don't play RPGs, so that's
I know.
understandable. Yeah, so like Dragon Quest Monsters, like that kind of stuff, or like even like Live A Live when it was remade and stuff.
I love that.
Yeah,
That was a
it's
lot of fun.
It's a great game, but it's like, but there's no budget on marketing it, nothing on
Yeah.
like, releasing any, like on when it's coming out. You're going by hearsay. You're going by whatever
Right.
it's saying on social media and things like that. And then they just release things so randomly sporadic, like you were saying, that it's as if like, do y'all even care about like your return about of any of
Right.
these other games if it doesn't say Final Fantasy on it, or if it doesn't say
Yeah.
Dragon Quest or anything on it? Because it's like,
Oh, a
wow, dude,
puppy.
you have 18, like to release 18 titles in 1 year is insane
That's
to me.
That's
crazy.
insane.
It's like
18?
you
Shut
have
up.
more games that come out in the amount of months that come out in the
I
year,
don't
and
play
then
that
you
many
just
in a year.
release it. Yeah, it's just
Right.
it's so really weird on this. I hope that's also something that they're planning on changing too, to kind of get better on, because they just have their hands on too much, man. Like, they just have their hands on so many different kinds of so many kind of titles that I feel like they're kind of oversaturating themselves. But like, yeah, I mean, but like I said, I don't think it's a pivot. It's a giant pivot, I think, because they I mean, the one thing you could say about Square to Sony is that they were incredibly loyal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout this time. But now they just need to work on what works for them, and
Yeah.
I just hope, and I just hope that they actually like get better on trying to, like, truly like change their ether of just not just releasing these games just to release these games, because that's but that's a whole different can of worm. Can of worms that they need to fix. Because like I said, like Xbox, not a big deal. The thing that people are probably waiting on the most is PC.
Well, and I looked. Final Fantasy Rebirth for PC is still in development. It's not that they have an exclusivity. Well, they do. Obviously, they have an exclusivity, but once they released it, that the PC was on the back burner. So like, it's still in development. There's not even a proposed date yet of when that will be released. So maybe now that they're going to have their hands in all of the pots and not just the Sony pot, right? They'll have more of a team diligently working to get these games out to PC, where millions plus are waiting to play these games. Because
Well, the game,
listen, we're not
piece.
in the what's the best system anymore. Everybody's already picked, right? Like you're either a Sony, an Xbox, or a PC person, right?
I'm an all.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
I know. I was a Sony person and now PC Master Race. But it's hello.
I mean,
I think this is better for them in the long run, for sure.
yeah, I mean, they definitely needed to do something with this, and I'm glad that they finally finished it up. But yeah, that's the one core thing I'd like to see. So hopefully hopefully we'll see how this goes. I still need to play live. I still haven't touched that.
Oh, that was great, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
See, it looks like.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot.
See that one, yeah. See, like I already got the list. We got the list right now, and I'm like, oh man. See, like I need to play Star Ocean again, Second Story Arc, because that's the best Star Ocean that came out. Then the Pixel remasters. That's like there's 6 of the Pixel remasters. Then Octopath Traveler 2, haven't touched. Then you got Thea Rhythm, Final Bar Line, the musical like beat step game that came out.
Oh.
Yeah, Crisis Core. Then you got Forspoken. It's just like, man, dude. Okay, but anyways, yeah. So we'll see how if this is going to change them for the better. I really think that this is a good move on them. I think it's a win-win for everybody that's involved, and especially like with PC. There's actually no reason why it should be truly like that far off in the development because people program through PC in the first place. The only downside is that they program on the worst case scenario, which in this case would be the PlayStation 5's levels of stuff, and then they boost it up. So it's kind of like. Yeah. Okay. So here you go. So yeah, you're right. They got the 6-month exclusivity deal, which we know. So it's probably going to come out either the end of the year or the beginning of next year, if I had to guess. But 16 is the real question. Like, when is 16 going to come? Like, Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah. So there we go. Well, that sounds cool. All right. Well, that was my soapbox moment for today. All right, Lex, why don't you close us off? What's your topic?
I will. So as we discussed last week, Arcane is no more, right? And if you were, I don't know, happened to be into the game Redfall, please don't worry, because the 4th update has come out, she says with sarcasm. So the 4th update has come out. Obviously, with the dismantle of Arcane, people are like, well, there is a group of us that do play this game and really do enjoy it. And for that, I'm happy for you. It took 5 months just to get them to 60 frames per second, which it should have been that before they released it. But I digress. So with this last patch, basically, now you get 60 frames per second. No, I'm just kidding. I lost my little thing. Basically what they're doing now is they're making sure that if you are playing offline, that you are able to do that. So what they're going to do is they're going to make sure that if you want to play offline and by yourself, you are able to do that and continue to play that with Arcane not coming back for updates. There are still questions on if they are making a team that will work on Redfall. But the problem is Redfall was supposed to be their AAA game and became essentially their biggest disappointment. You know what I mean? They canceled what was called the Hero Pass content, which was set to add 2 new characters to the vampire co-op shooter, which was scheduled to release this Halloween. There is now no suggestion that this Hero Pass content will be released. But Matt Booty in an email, I love that is his name, blamed the cuts on reprioritization of titles and resources, and stated that Redfall's previous update would be its last as we end all development on the game. So if any further development, they have said, nope, this is it. That's all you get. Things that were promised, like the Hero Pass and the 2 new characters, there's no yes or no, but it's looking more like a no. So But the offline mode will arrive uh, apparently very soon. But it was a disastrous launch, and the player base is still continuously to be ever shrinking. So who knows?
I mean, obviously, I mean, they definitely wanted to
They should have
release.
stopped.
Well, I mean, at least they're doing what they're doing now to make it to play offline, even if, I mean,
Yeah.
regardless if you love or hate the game, and it's
It
not
should
as
be
popular,
offline available.
regardless, yeah, it's going to be offline available. I just say if someone
All
is
games
paying, if a person
paying
is
for it.
paying $70 for this game, or which whoever, God forbid, paid $70 for Redfall, and then they still wanting to play
Adam.
it,
There's people that paid more than that.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. So that's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
So
yeah.
are they gonna? You're saying that they're not gonna honor that, or they're saying that they're not gonna. They clearly are not gonna be able to deliver on that.
IGN was told that the now canceled Hero Pass content, which was set to add 2 new characters, and was scheduled to release on Halloween, there is no suggestion this Hero Pass content will be released. So basically, they're pretending like they never reported that was going to happen, and they're just like la 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 la. You
need to report that money back to me.
That's right.
Because
Give me my
I know there's people
$20.
that pay for that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why that's why it's so hard for me to just wanting to say, hey, let's get a game as a service game, and then we're going to put in money in for the season pass. It's like, no, never do that. I just say 101 gaming 101, never pay in advance for a gaming as a service, because you don't know what to expect. Look at Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad right now is no way in hell that season pass is going to complete. No way at all, because of that much money. Like there's no nothing in my mind for them to say that they're going to complete the whole season 1 for that game, because it has less players playing that than Marvel Avengers.
Well, and what's crazy is IGN originally reported that Redfall had a roadmap and support and was being actively worked on before Microsoft scrapped all development and closed that part of the developer. They're like, yeah, IGN, this is what we're doing, this is what is going to happen, and then 2 weeks later they're like, bye, Arcane.
Well, you get close shenanigans on the roadmap, because what have they done after? Like, the game is a year old. I mean,
future roadmap. It was future.
So it's like, so basically
they were saying they were
lying to their
continuing.
teeth. Yeah, they're lying to their teeth the whole time.
Yeah.
There's no way, because like they didn't do nothing after they did the first 2 or 3 patches initially, because they knew that they were going to be wasting their time and their money if they did do anything else.
Yeah.
They're basically just wanting to make themselves look good at that point,
right? Well, so sorry, we had to close down. This is what we were working on, but now we
had plans.
Were you actually working on that, or did you have your assistant go in and take scrapped information that was going to be on the game at some point, maybe in the next 3 years, because this was a service game, and just pretend? Because that's what it sounds like. So
I mean, like, and
I almost got back into Redfall last week too. I don't know what it was, but I got like a wild hair at my butt. And I was like, I should update Redfall.
Get it. Yeah, just going in. Let me see how things. I do that sometimes.
I didn't even get past through like the intro, where it's like drawn like a comic and then sparkles are moving across. I was like,
yeah.
And I remember why I hated this. Escape.
I would say lazy, but it's just like to say that they like this is a AAA title. They did still images for most of their cutscenes was just.
I hated the still image bullshit.
It just makes me sad because I love Deathloop. I love Deathloop.
I didn't even play Deathloop, and I loved it.
And
I loved watching everybody play Deathloop.
And
I was
Prey.
like, oh,
yeah, they made Prey, and Prey was a great game too. And I just like it's like this. They totally digressed down to what this was like.
Hi-Fi was Tango.
Yeah, Tango was a Hi-Fi, but no, but like anyways, it's just. I mean, It sucks. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing more that we can't say that we've already said, or I mean, it's just it's. I'm just glad that you could kind of show that they actually, even though they own up to the fact that the game was not what it was, what it was, they still took their time to at least do what they need to do to make it available for at least the people that paid for it, I guess.
Yeah, I do know a few people that are still really into it. Like during the day before we all play group games at night, they're playing this and they enjoy it. Like I'm happy that y'all can look past all the glitches, but I cannot. So, and maybe it's because of the color change for me. I haven't played it with my new glasses on, and I'm watching it. And it does look pretty cool. God damn it! No, don't do it, Lex.
Nah, dude, I'm sorry, dude. This game, the first time I hopped in, I was like, "This is hot garbage."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't say that about a lot of games. I can keep an optimistic view, but I was like, nah, dude, this world is empty. This shit is like,
the bosses are cringy.
Here's the question: is Anthem hot garbage for you too, or do you just?
No, at least there was good flying mechanics, and like good battle stuff and whatnot, dude.
I just didn't know. Like, I just
the loop just wasn't there. They just didn't loop and have enough content. But Anthem could have been a good game.
Yeah,
if they knew how to run
the
live
bones were there
correctly.
For sure, and
the
like
bones were there. Yeah,
I think the bones could have been here too. The problem that I've run into, and maybe this is just a me problem, when I was playing by myself, I want to explore the town. I want to go in every place because I'm a person. I'm like, I can pick this rock up. I must need this rock later. Let me put it in my pocket. I'm one of them. I have to pick up everything. I want all the things because you never know when you're going to need it, But like, I can go into 2 trailers out of this 60 trailer like park.
Right.
No, I want to go in this house. Oh, you can, but you can't go upstairs.
2 trailers.
I'm sorry, what?
That's terrible.
Yeah, and like I would die before meeting up with Dust, who's down the street waiting for my ass. He's like, "How did you die again?" I'm like, "I wanted to go in the trailers and it got attacked." He's like, "We already killed those people." I'm like, "They respawned."
Yeah,
they respawned.
That's terrible. All right, well, rest in peace, Arcane Austin. And we know we hardly knew you on this, but we know, but
Redfall.
Well, now Redfall, yeah, but that's given. But the
rest
company that made it, it's okay. And then but hey, you know what? And Redfall's technically not dead. You can play it. You'd be able to play it offline. True. So there you go. So just not any support on it. So, but anyways, it's unfortunate. But folks, thank you for listening to episode number 219 of the CFG Game Cast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again next week with a whole new set of different kinds of topics. But if you did miss out on this episode, that is perfectly all right. We do release it on all podcast services at the beginning of each and every week. So there is absolutely no reason to miss out on our sexy voices.
Oh, I miss doing that with you, buddy.
Yes. Yes. Also, be sure to check out the main website, confreaksgeeks.com. We're going to be showing out some new reviews here, some interviews in the next coming weeks, and some awesome opportunities. So definitely check us out at confreaksgeeks.com. So once again, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing out. Y'all, take it easy.
Bye-bye.